probably 5 times that on phone, and become very close around some of the headaches that futures traders get into. That's my main thing, although I do train traders from all areas of all different markets in the affinities of being disciplined in their trading. But it's always obvious to me that that futures traders get the brunt of the mental and emotional problems, because futures traders, let's face it, things are coming at us fast and furious. And it's important to make sure that you are an ice in the veins trader that can handle the pressures and follow your trading plan. It's all about following your trading plan. We're going to go through today the 10 characteristics of the disciplined trader, and when it's over, should take about a half hour, 35 minutes. I'm squeezing in a 60-minute presentation for you in double speed, but I wanted to give you a lot of content today. It's really not important to grab everything I say, but the general gist of what I say, because working with your trading discipline is an ongoing thing, because the negativity that hits you to unravel your discipline is an ongoing thing. So this is all about building the defenses and becoming strong from within on a long-term basis. That's what we're going to cover today, the 10 characteristics of the disciplined trader. How's my volume coming through? Can anybody give me a couple of whys there and just let me know my volume is good so that I can go on? Okay, looks like fine. All right, here we go. My name is Norman Hallett. I run, I believe, and I guess I'm a little heady about it, the strongest discipline training for traders that is available anywhere on the planet. We are about to open our 8th intensive. It's a 6-week program. And each time we do it, we add new things because we think of something else that affects your trading discipline. I've been involved in the futures market for 30 years, worked for Payne Weber, ran one of the largest option firms in the country in the 80s, and was a commodity trading advisor running several $1 million. So I have been involved in the futures market for a very long time. And more than that, I've combated the discipline questions personally, and now I'm going to share how I've done that with you. I'm lucky. I married a hypnotist. Not everybody does that. So I was trained right from the beginning on how to be disciplined with my training from a subconscious standpoint. We're going to go through a little bit of that today. It's a little bit of my background, so let's get into the presentation. Hopefully that's enough to have you stay and absorb some of this stuff. But the first question you have to ask is, how important are the mental and emotional issues to your trading? And when I speak in front of crowds at seminars and forums, I get 70–80% of the people raising their hand saying it's at least 75%, and the other 10 or 15% say it's 99%. So everybody understands the importance of the mental and emotional issues. So why is it that we all spend all of our money and time on trading plans? It's important. I'm not taking away anything from the trading plan, but very little, if any, attention on the mental and emotional issues. I probably, and I say this at the top of most of the times I'm in front of people like this, and I'll say it to you, I probably know 25 or 30 really good trading plans that will all make you money if you can just follow them. And those are the only ones that I've reviewed and traded. You probably know your own set of a dozen or 2 dozen, if only you can stick to it. So we all know the importance of the mental and emotional issues. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking your time tonight to listen to what I'm about to tell you. So what do you do on a daily basis to ensure that you're mentally and emotionally fit as a trader? I mean, are you really doing anything right now, except for punishing yourself after you missed that big trade you should have taken, but you hesitated to pull the trigger, or you rushed into a trade because you were on a streak and felt invincible, only to see that the profit that you built dry up because of your lack of patience and your exercise of greed. So let's get into a little bit about how the mind works. Now, this is a pretty simple version, but it's important to understand at least the simple version. The conscious mind is the part of your mind that makes decisions. It's what we are listening to all the time. We're hearing ourselves talk to each other. That's our conversation that we're having with our conscious minds. The subconscious mind holds what you believe to be true for you. In other words, it really is the place in your mind that defines what your conscious mind will make decisions based on. Your conscious mind will defend in your decision-making, through your decision-making. The conscious mind will defend what your subconscious mind holds as true. So if your parents told you that the stock market was a gamble, they probably didn't talk about the futures market when you were a little kid. So it probably said if they felt that the stock market was gambling and that you should be putting your money in real estate or in the mattress or in the savings account or in a life insurance policy, when you're a young child and your parents tell you something, it's done in a very absorbing state. You generally quiet yourself and listen to your parents. This becomes true for you in your subconscious mind, and what happens when you get older, thoughts like that can conflict with your ability to perform when you decide that you want to be a successful futures trader, because investing is just really gambling, and you're not a good boy or girl if you do that. So subconscious thoughts can come from different sources, and we're going to go through a little bit of that, but it's important to understand that when you're making conscious decisions, what you're really doing is defending what is deep down inside. You may not even realize what your subconscious mind is holding is true, but I will say that you've got a pretty good idea what it is based on your actions. Okay, so your conscious mind is very good at defending your subconscious mind. You mentioned based on what your subconscious mind has been programmed to believe. The thoughts that you hold predominantly in your conscious mind, the emotions behind your thoughts. Now, I mention here emotions because when you submit thoughts and ideas to your subconscious mind, it's important to have it's important to understand that if it's delivered with emotion, if you have something go on in your life that is emotion-filled, those subconscious patterns are burned more deeply. So that's the other dynamic of, sure, you can zombie out and watch the news or CNBC about all the bad things that are going on, and you're doing that in a relaxed state, and and if you're long the market, that could enter your mind as some negative feedback, negative subconscious patterns and neural pathways being built based on what you're hearing, and then when you start to doubt your long position and you wonder why. On the other hand, if you saw something crazy go on the TV, or something happens more emotional in your life, a hurricane hits and you're short oil, you probably want to get out. But the idea is that the subconscious patterns that are built will be much more long-lasting. We're going to go into more about that as we go along. Okay, so who or what does the programming? We're going to fly through this. Your parents, I mentioned a little bit about that. My wife, who's the hypnotist and the creative director of our firm, is the voice of our subconscious trainings for traders. She mentions about her mother giving her a quarter during school, and on the way to school and for lunch. You can remember when a quarter bought your lunch, but said this is for lunch. Don't lose it. Hang on with this. And she hung on with that for dear life. Well, the importance of money and not losing it has gotten my wife's way from time to time because of the ability because of the pattern set not to lose. And so those kinds of things may be